All right, guys, I'm Connor Ferguson. This is always race day. This is Infield Beers, and this is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Pretty successful car owner tonight. Your driver sits second in points in the Knoxville Nationals.
Hey, Ricky, I'm sorry to bother you, man. I got my...
Send you a copy of that if you want it.
I'm good, thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Start it again. All right, guys, I'm Connor Ferguson. This is always race day. This is Infield Beers, and this is a pretty damn good car owner, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I didn't start it off right. We had a fan come in here and interrupt it, but here we go.
Yeah.
So, story for you real quick. I was here a few years ago, and I get a phone call from my dad. It's Thursday night in the Nationals. My dad's not one to, at the time, he wasn't a big enough sprint car fan to be down here all 4 nights. Now he knows what he's missing, and now he's got the fever too. But I get a phone call from my dad, who's in the suites. It's top 5 drunkest I've ever heard my dad sound. And he's like, I'm just drinking up in the suites here with my friend Ricky. And I go, who the fuck is Ricky? And he's like, Stenhouse Jr. And for about 35 minutes, I was really freaking out internally. He's like, I told him all about you and everything. And he's gonna come say hi to you. And I was really freaking out that he said anything stupid in the suites.
Yeah, no, probably all good. If he was having a few drinks, I'm sure we were too. So, the Nationals on Thursday night, I'm either relieved after Sheldon's qualifying night, or I'm kind of stressed out. But after tonight, I'm relieved and happy with how it went.
Yeah. So Sheldon, we've seen everyone's had bad Nationals. I'm not piling on Sheldon when I say he's had some bad ones.
Yeah.
It's really tough to find success here. Sheldon hasn't had the speed here, and credit to you, and I want to talk about this in a sec, but you've kept that team together and kept it together. They come here this year, they get on the podium for the prelim, and I think for the second time in his career. And now he's second in points, though. I think the last time he was here, he was somewhere in the B-main blocking group. Now he's in a fantastic spot going forward for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm excited to see kind of like mimic some of Sheldon's comments after the race. I think we've got every Nationals we've made, we finished the top 10, but we do it, from deep in the pack of the B-main. So we always work our way forward. If we can start halfway farther forward, who knows what'll happen come Saturday night. But you got to keep putting your best foot forward. And Sheldon and Ripper, Luke and Jace have been working really hard this year, and we've had a lot of ups and downs for sure. But it's always nice to hit your stride tonight, here at the Nationals. So big night's over. My guys get to rest up and prep for Saturday.
How many years have you had the World of Outlaws sprint car team? I was trying to catch myself with the high limit split, but
so we've started the team. Actually, Matt Wood and I started it in 2017.
From the same hometown I'm from.
Yeah, so we were originally, obviously going to have a team for Brian, and then, when everything happened, we decided to kind of keep going, and we started the team in 17. Joey Saldana ran for us, and then at the end of the season, Jack Haudenschild ran for us. And then, when we hired Jack to end the season, NOS Energy Drink came on board kind of late in the season, kind of dipped their toe in the water a little bit. And as you can see now, they're hooked, and they do so much for dirt racing. But Jack, he wanted, he was like, look, I know I'm probably not going to be full-time hire next year, but if you could put Sheldon in the car, or at least, think about giving him a shot, he goes, I'd be pumped up about that. So, Sheldon was the perfect fit for our brand, NOS Energy Drinks brand, and, how I see a race car driver and the way he ran his own team. So he's been a perfect fit, and we've won a lot of races together. And, you always want to be better. You always want to win championships and always want to win more races. But, you're going to go up and down, and we know the things that we battle internally with our team and what we're trying to get more consistent. And I think we know those things. And so, it's cool seeing everything come together.
I'm staring right at the number 18 KCP Racing hauler that had Gio depart from that team after 5 years. And that was kind of considered a long time in this sport. You've had Sheldon and Ripper for a while and NOS Energy Drink, and you've kept this team around. Is that since 2008 or 2018, I think? Maybe 19?
So Tyler Swank was the first crew chief that we had, kind of helped build the team. He did a lot of the groundwork. So, and then, Ripper has been with us for a while now. I'd have to go back and look, but you know, one of the things that I see in the landscape of sprint car racing is the teams that win championships are together for a long time.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think it says a lot for a team to keep a guy in, and it has that cohesion with it that you're not going to get when you're running a ride or finding the best free agent you can for a couple of weeks and overturning it again.
And the same thing on the crew chief side. I mean, you know, and even, you know, the tire guys and the car chiefs. I mean, we've had some of those positions switch out. We would like for all that to stay together for a long time. And, you know, I think we got a really good group right now. And so hopefully, you know, these guys can, you know, stick around together and just build on it. I mean, you look at the championships that Donnie Schatz won, and had a lot of the same crew guys for a long time. And, you know, that just flow that your team has when every person knows what they're supposed to do. And you don't have to think about, you know, if you know, the tire guy knows what he's doing, that chemistry and confidence they have in each other. So it's cool to see, you know, this team, you know, building into that. We got a lot of young guys, and, you know, I think our future's bright.
What year was your first nationals that you went to?
My first nationals would have probably been 2004 or 5. Like 2004. Best I ever did, I think I only ran it 2 or 3 times. We missed the show by 1. So, and then the best 360 nationals, we came from the B and finished 4th. So I think that was kind of the same year. We had came up to Knoxville 3 or 4 weekends in a row before 360 nationals weekend, and then obviously stayed for the 410. So I think that was the best year that we had.
How big has this event grown since then?
I think one of the biggest things that I look at is just the competitiveness of the cars. You know, you always had the outlaw teams come in and felt like their equipment and everything that they had was just better than everybody else's. Now, I mean, you come here on a weekly night and the equipment that everybody has is, you know, just as good. And so
I think tonight we had 2 guys out of row 4 in their heat races out of 10 transfer.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we were bummed to qualify, you know, 12th or 13th tonight, but I'm like, man, that put us starting 6th. That gives you a way better opportunity to transfer. You know, because like I said, you know, back in the day, I felt like, you know, in that invert, you always had a few cars on the front row that just didn't have the equipment that everybody else does. Now everybody in the infield has really nice equipment, and so trying to go from, you know, 7th or 8th starting spot to transfer is really difficult. You know, so you get somebody like Ryan Timms put together a heck of a night. It's tough to do. You know, everything worked out perfect for him. Got a good jump in the heat. Did the same thing in the feature. So, you know, it's just tough to do. The sport is very, very competitive right now.
And I promised a buddy I'd ask you this, but what's it like winning the Daytona 500?
Winning the Daytona 500, I mean, I've never won, you know, the Knoxville Nationals, but watching, you know, Jason Johnson win the Knoxville Nationals, that's what I felt like winning, you know, the Daytona 500. You put a lot of effort into it. It was my 12th, 13th try, and, you know, the longer you go without winning, you know, the more that builds up. And so it's wild. It's, you know, you get to represent the sport for a week, going to New York, doing all this media. I feel like I'm in Knoxville after that week. I think I slept an average of 3 hours every night, just on the go, excited, ramped up, and man, I was on cloud 9 for sure. And
then Iowa Speedway, when I was a kid, this is one of my biggest childhood memories. You got wrecked across the line by Carl Edwards.
Oh yeah.
What was that like? Did you have any sense in looking in the mirror and knowing that he was coming behind you?
Yeah, so a little backstory. Carl and I had got into it at IRP a few races earlier in the year, and he was not super thrilled with me.
You guys were teammates. How bad was it?
Yeah, we weren't like, he was just frustrated with me.
On a scale of 1 to Larson versus Grab?
Not anywhere near that. So, but then, you know, later on we came to Iowa, and then we battled really hard in Iowa. He flipped me off. He was mad at me, but, you know, we passed him, went on, and was leading the race, and my engine was blowing up. I was giving up, like the last 3 laps I ran wide open. it was just blowing up. And then finally it blew up, you know, coming off a 4. I looked in the mirror and I just started swerving, you know, trying to make him guess where I was. And yeah, he hit me. We went across the line. Poor Jack. He lost so much money on that. Like, we finished first and second. We had 2 destroyed cars, a blown engine. So yeah, it was a wild night, but that was pretty cool.
And since then, you went on to go to the Cup Series and be a regular in our living rooms every Sunday. When you're done with NASCAR, are you ever going to come here and try to do a Nationals again, or has the partying got to where you want to do that and just have fun this week?
You know, I enjoy this week. I mean, it's a week that I look forward to every year. I look forward to, you know, on the racing side of things, you know, outside of my Cup schedule, you know, I look forward to Chili Bowl, look forward to Nationals. You know, I like getting out to Eldora. You know, got to go for the Kings Royal there this year. And so, you know, Dad and I want to race our Knoxville Energy Drink Sprint Car more often. And the more comfortable I get, you know, I might make a run at it again. So we'll see.
All right. This has been Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Maybe next year we'll walk around and do this and make it a little more fun. All right.
Let's do it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time. Stay tuned for the rest of the stuff we got tonight and the rest of the week, guys. Thank you.